What's up gamers, DreamcastGuy here, reviewing today, Doom. I got my copy of this game a little early, and so far I've put 12 hours into the single player and 5 hours into the multiplayer, and the first thing that really jumped out at me is that this is essentially two very different experiences coming together in one package. While all the modes share the same control style, how they actually play is very unique. Because of this, we're going to dive into each part individually, starting with the campaign. As soon as you leave the opening menu, it's pure action. After waking up in a blood-filled lab, our nameless hero immediately has to start smashing skulls and gear up. While there is a story in Doom that can be learned from data files, our character doesn't seem to care about it. No matter what task he's given, he handles it in the most insane way possible. At one point, a doctor was explaining why a demonic experiment went wrong, and instead of listening, our hero just smashes the monitor against a wall. This guy's focus is one thing and one thing only: close the gates of hell and save Mars by any means necessary. Each level we take on has a main objective and several side objectives that can be completed for extra bonuses. Since brutality is king, missions are all about ripping stuff apart, using a shotgun on a monster's forehead, or literally force-feeding a demon his own organs and seeing the panic on his face the millisecond before it explodes. I'm sure this is no real shock, but Doom is gory to the max. Everything sprays in messy fountains when they die, chainsaws can paint the walls, and even hallways are at times filled with hanging corpses. These decorations may seem gross to the squeamish, but you don't get a chance to see them very often because most of the time you're too busy running for your life. Demons hurt, and with every one you kill, another 50 are waiting to hunt you down, so staying alive is all about moving fast to keep your ammo and health full. To keep things simple, all guns use the same bullets and are upgraded using the same points. By clearing out areas in the most savage style, you earn experience points which lets you customize your weapons to the way you like to play. For example, this machine gun has two different skill trees that can be modified. I can give it a scope that lets me zoom in and boosts my range damage, or I can make it so that my alternate fire is explosive shells. These added abilities can dramatically affect the flow of combat, making each new upgrade feel like a big boost in power. It's possible to upgrade your suit in a similar way as well. By exploring the map, you can find secret paths that sometimes have dead soldiers whose gear can be harvested to strengthen your own health and armor. The coolest thing to unlock though is the runes. If you stumble upon one of these giant demonic symbols, you can choose to take on a special trial that challenges you to slay enemies in a particular fashion. Here we have one that requires that I kill imps by blowing them up. Barrels full of gas litter the battlefield, so it's all about timing my shots just right to score the most damage per bullet. If you can complete these tests, you gain passive talents that further customize your character. I really enjoyed growing stronger the further I got into the game. It really makes it feel like the deeper I go into hell, the more unique my journey becomes. My only major complaint about this single player is that at times things would slow way down. Most of the gameplay is a frantic race to kill everything before you die, but occasionally you have to do these platforming sections where you use jump jets to scale tall buildings. These moments feel extremely out of place, especially if I just finished fighting a huge boss. It can be a real drag to suddenly be playing hopscotch. Thankfully, anytime I needed a break from the campaign, the multiplayer was always there to keep me entertained. This is some of the fastest online play I've ever seen. Doom is a game where the action is so streamlined that it's basically an art form. There's no sprint button and no need to reload. Combat is all about charging in, guns blazing, and seeing everyone die in seconds. When you multiply that by a lobby full of players hungry for high scores, it can be pure chaos. None of the upgrade systems from the single player exist here. While it is possible to make a loadout of your favorite weapons, the only sense of customization is in the paint on your gear and in the short-lasting buffs that can be activated between lives. These hacks give you a minor skill that lasts for a bit. Some let you see through walls or spawn with extra defense, but overall, they don't really turn the tide of battle. To really dig into why the multiplayer is so awesome, I want to discuss two of the more interesting online game types specifically. First, let's talk freeze tag. Here, the rules are simple. Shooting enemies no longer turns them into gooey chunks, instead it locks them in a block of ice, and there is no respawning. A team that gets completely frozen loses, so if you want to win, the key is to thaw your buddies out. When someone is iced, you can stand next to them for 5 seconds to shatter it. It creates an almost tug-of-war style element to the matches, where an early lead really matters. Having a smart team goes a long way, especially in the other game type I want to look at, Warpath. Essentially, this is classic King of the Hill. There's a zone that must be captured in the middle of the map, and the longer you hold it, the more points you earn. The twist is that the hill keeps moving. It steadily drives in a circle, making it so that the enemy team can prepare an ambush to try and take it over. Both of these multiplayer modes really highlight what Doom is best at. It gives you a lot of tools to solve your problems, but never tells you how to do it. No place is this more apparent than when it comes to Snap Map. Much like PC games in the 90s, this comes with the ability to make your own levels from scratch and challenge others to beat them. I only spent 2 hours trying this out, and it generally seemed to function well. Since I'm not very good at designing things, I dug right into the highest rated maps others had made. According to one guy's profile I found, he was recreating every level of the past Doom games all in this new engine, and after beating a few, I can say he did an outstanding job. It's a testament to just how deep the design features in Snap Pack are. Overall, Doom is a shooter that scratches every itch. Those needing some raw, hardcore action are bound to find a nice home here, whether it be in single or multiplayer. Okay, so we've heard a lot of good and a little bad, but let's head over to the ratings board and put a big number on it. I am giving Doom a 9 out of 10. In an age when every series seems to be getting a reboot, here we have a game that sets the bar high for exactly how a fresh start should be handled. Grab your chainsaw, gas it up, and get ready to cut your way to hell and back. Thanks so much for watching, gamers. This has been DreamcastGuy with another review. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, maybe check out my last video. Please subscribe, and if you want, share this somewhere with your friends.